You're just moments away from a brand new episode of WTF Nations Radio's Pop Culture Warrior, hosted by the dynamic duo CQ and Radar. Pop Culture Warrior is your #1 source for all things entertainment. If it's happening in TV, movies, video games, or comedy, they're all over it. And don't forget to say hi in the comments below. And while you're at it, let the boys know what you think and what you'd like to hear them talk about. Now strap in and get comfortable, because you're in for one hell of a ride. This is Pop Culture Warrior. Shots.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
What is up, everybody? Welcome, one and all. Today is March 16th, 2021. This is episode 48 of Pop Culture Warrior, the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture so you don't have to. Whew. I am, as the box says, CQ. I'm your pop culture comedian, and Normally, this is where I would say, with me as always is our very own man in the bubble, the voice of the unpop cultured Mr. Radar, but Mr. Radar won't be joining us tonight. He's off on a secret mission doing some secret squirrel type stuff. So, he's gonna miss this week. But that's okay. This week's for me and you. The phone lines are open. The number will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you want to call in, talk to me. We are live right now. You want to be on the radio with me, we'll talk pop culture. You want to talk Marvel, you want to talk DC, you want to talk video games, you want to talk movies, TV, what have it. Your comic book collection, your Pogs from 1990, you want to talk Magic the Gathering, whatever you got, I'm here. We're going to talk about it tonight. I, of course, have a list of things to go over, but tonight I wanted to leave it up to the audience to really, what do you want to talk about, man? It's up to you guys. And then in hour 2, I got something really fun. You and me are going to play video games together live. We're going to play some Jackbox party trivia games, have some fun. You at home will be able to participate. It will be open to as many people as they want to participate. It will require a second screen. So if you're watching this on your phone or your tablet or whatever, you're going to want another screen just so you can actually answer the questions and participate, or just, watch and shout out the screen at me for being a complete doofus. But yeah, so we're looking forward to it. See, there's the number. It's scrolling right there. 415-889-8367. That's the number for here at the station. I will answer your calls. We will talk. Yes, Drew, I see you, buddy. We're going to be talking about the Snyder Cut. We'll talk about it in a minute. Richard, I think it's time for armor class on PCMC. Yes, no briefings here. No briefings here. The only briefings we're going to be talking about are the briefings of what's happening in pop culture right now. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in so much. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about all types of stuff, everything in the entertainment industry. Hey, Bethany, I see you out there. What's up, girl? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, if you guys want to nut up, and everybody loves talking to the chats, but I'd love to hear from you guys in the audience, and we'll talk about what's on your mind. But until I get that first call, we'll just kind of go into what's happening right now. And first things up, obviously the big thing this week is, after, my God, what has been 4 years, we're finally getting the Snyder cut of Justice League. I'm torn. I want to hear from you guys in the chat, in the call, whatever. Are you interested in seeing the Snyder cut of Justice League? Is that something that you really think? Do you think it's a game changer? Do you think it's something that's going to change the way we see the movie? Because I'm going to give you my unfiltered, raw opinion on the matter. And while I do have a certain amount of respect for Justice Snyder and what he's done with certain movies and his stylistic take on certain things, Justice League wasn't a good movie. I'm a huge optimist. I love everything, and I support all comic book movies. I'm that weirdo that went to see Elektra in theaters because I'm like, hey, it's a comic book movie and I want to support it. It can't hear me on the stream. Can you guys not hear me? I got a message that you can't hear me, but I'm assuming you guys can hear me. I'm assuming you can hear me. God, I hope so. Because if not, this is going to get super awkward, super fast. You guys just like reading my lips out there. For now, I'll assume you guys can hear me. But yeah, so, yeah, okay. So he got me. Yeah, so you can hear me. Kaz, if you're out there, you're the only one that can't hear me, apparently. So I'm sorry. I apologize, buddy. As far as the Justice League, I don't think it's going to be any better. Ever so slightly better, maybe, because you're putting in more information. It's a 4-hour cut of a movie. So you're getting more backstory, so maybe some of the characters are more fleshed out. But in reality, the fact of the matter is, if you had 10 hours of a movie, right? You cut it down to the 2 best hours you have. Nobody's cutting a crappy movie when they have good stuff left out. Like, they're cutting to the good stuff. Okay? So if the Justice League we got originally was the best of what was shot, adding 2 more hours of it, is it going to make a better movie? I think it's still going to be a mix mush of just nonsensical storylines and fantastical things that are going to go nowhere. And I honestly think a lot of the stuff they cut out was a lot of the world building stuff, like, you know, teasing Darkseid and teasing the Green Lantern Corps and all these things that were subplots that would have led to other things, but they cut it out so that they could focus on the main story. Well, so adding all that back in, I don't think makes a better movie, because you're just putting in roads to nowhere, right? We're not gonna get a better movie out of this. But this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. I'd love to hear from somebody in the chats. I'm gonna look through the chats here. Don't forget about the blade carrying Marvel. Yeah. Hope it doesn't suck. Megan, hope it doesn't suck. Yeah, you're right. I hope it doesn't suck. I'm gonna watch it. I'm going to watch it, and I will eat my words happily if it turns out to be one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of our generation. I'll eat my hat. You know what I mean? Like, if it's that much greater of a movie, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Scott says, I watched a few reviews and people say the Snyder Cut is totally different and amazing, but it could just be propaganda. Yeah, I saw they were gonna do like a live streaming thing with Zack Snyder, and like the whole thing crashed. They weren't able to do it. And, you know, there's the trolls out there that are going to be like, oh, you know, this is just like the movie, can't happen, and blah, 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 blah. And then you had like this outpouring of love, and these like Zack Snyder faithfuls, they're like, we love you, bro. Like, you know, you're God to us. Don't worry about it. You're you know, don't let the haters bother you. I'm like, guys, it was just a stream crash. Like, you ain't got to defend the guy. He's not going to go kill himself because the stream didn't work out well. Let's see. If it takes too long to break down all of it, can be engaged worth nothing. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, Megan says same thoughts. Yeah. You got the exact same thoughts. Down the rabbit hole. There were a lot of reshoots. So for those that don't know, man, the story of this is crazy. So when they did Justice League, obviously they had hundreds of hours of film, and they cut it down and cut it down, cut it down. It came out very poor reviews. Then there was this rumor that there was a Zack Snyder cut, right? Because what happened was, during the process, it was like Zack Snyder's daughter or son or somebody died very close to him. So he stepped away from the project. They brought in Joss Whedon to finish the movie. And he kind of very publicly was like, look, that's not my version of the movie. And it's easy, you know, hindsight's 2020. It's easy to say when the movie flops that, oh, well, that wasn't my movie. It was easy to say. But for a long time, there was rumor of the Zack Snyder cut. Then finally, it got pushed and pushed and pushed. And finally, they said, okay, we're going to release the Zack Snyder cut. And they said, but we're not doing reshoots. We're not doing stuff. Some scenes are still going to have unfinished CGI. Like, they were like, this is just the raw cut. And everybody got excited. Oh, my God. Heads exploded. So then Warner Brothers recanted and were like, well, okay, I guess we'll finish the CGI just to make it look good. And then some time went by. And then they're like, but we're not doing reshoots. We're not bringing anybody back. Nobody's coming back. Next thing you know, they're doing reshoots. And like, this thing has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So there definitely were reshoots. There are definitely new scenes that weren't there before. Again, will it matter? Will it make things better? I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. But, you know, Drew says it's just a money grab. Yeah, you're right. Here's the thing. The Zack Snyder universe is done. They've flat out said nothing is coming of this Justice League. It's over. There's no other follow-on movies. You know, Aquaman 2 is in limbo. The only one that they're really locked in on is The Flash. And the reason I think they're locked in on that, they're going to use that as a jumping point to kind of spawn a new universe. They're gonna wipe their hands clean of this one. They're gonna do a version of the Flashpoint Paradox, which is a story where Flash runs so fast, he goes back in time, saves his mom from dying, but in doing so sends this ripple throughout the universe that like everything's different. Up is down, down is up, sideways, and you know, Bruce Wayne dies, but his dad lives, and he becomes this evil Batman, and it's like his whole crazy universe. And so I think they're going to use a version of that story to say, hey, we're wiping the slate clean with this Snyder universe and starting a whole new DC universe, and giving it another shot. I don't know. Yes. Oh, I got you. Yep. I got you. So yeah. So thank you for that. I'm getting comments on why this sounds funny. Thanks. Oops. Oops. Hey, we're getting a call. Let's see who's calling in. A number I recognize. I don't know. Similar number. Let's see if we got you. Hello? Who's this? Hello? Hey,
Yo.
Pete. How you doing, buddy?
Nothing, man. What's going on?
What is up with you, man? We're just sitting here talking about the Zack Snyder Justice League movie that's coming out this week.
Well, I think it's going to be way too long, let's be honest here.
I mean, well, yeah, 4 hours, absolutely. I mean, well, wasn't Titanic like 3.5 hours or something like that? And people love that movie.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, we're not going to watch the Titanic all over again with this extra footage here. Let's be honest here. I just think the original was such a bad movie. And as much I have hype on it, it is not going to be any better. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm glad we're on the same page. And yes, Scott, I see you in the chats. I said it. If it's the greatest movie ever, I will eat my hat. Absolutely, I'll do it. Piece by piece, I will down this sucker. Yeah, but Pete, no, you're right. I mean, here's the thing. I could have watched a 4-hour cut of Infinity War or Endgame. I could have absolutely watched a 4-hour cut of those movies. I don't feel like Justice League was a movie where I'm like, man, I just wish I had more Justice League. You know?
And to be honest with you, bro, when I watched it the first time, I fell asleep to it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, that's not good if a superhero movie is putting you to sleep. That is a bad thing. All right, well, okay, go ahead.
And you know, obviously you already don't know this about me. I'm a huge Superman, superhero fan. Any Marvel, DC.
Sure.
Even I'm more favored to Marvel, versus DC. Any action-packed movie puts you to sleep. There's a problem there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Reading through the comments here as everybody's typing in. Yeah, Nicholas. It's like the Star Trek, the black hole restart. Yeah. That's so. What I was saying, Pete, before you called in, was that I think they're going to use the Flash movie as a way of kind of rebooting the DC universe. I think they're going to, showcase how there's a multiverse and he's going to travel from one dimension to the other. And like, I think the whole point of the movie is him going to be trying to get back to his universe, but then somehow he gets back to his universe, but now everything's different. And that's just going to be the fallout. And, Ben Affleck is out and all these other crazy characters are out and there's a whole new Justice League in place. And then they're going to go with that. They haven't said anything like that. There's been no confirmation, but that's just my personal opinion. I think that's kind of where they're going with it. Megan asked, how about a Black Canary spinoff? I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it. I'd be the same way they're doing the Black Widow movie, which I am excited for. I'd be in it for a Black Canary's spinoff movie. I didn't think they did a great job with the character in the Harley Quinn movie. Not necessarily the fault of the actress, or maybe it was the writer, or the director. I feel like her character wasn't done justice, and pun intended. And I think there could be a great Black Canary spinoff movie. Absolutely. The Birds of Prey.
See, here's the thing with that. Arrow as a show was one of the best, in my opinion, as DC. Flash is not a bad show. It could be better.
Okay.
But Arrow, I think, literally launched all these DC shows to come on board.
Sure.
If they do a spinoff or even a movie of the Arrow series, I think if they A, bring the same actors on, B, bring the same writers, and C, keep the same vibe, they would have literally a hit on their hands.
Yeah, I mean, those shows are basically, if you cram one season down into, one, if you took a season, cut it up and crammed it all, you could make a really good movie out of it. Obviously, that's the great thing. That's why I liked WandaVision. We haven't even talked about it, but Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out this week on Friday. I really am excited for it because it's taking the characters that we know and love from the movies and getting to stretch them out, getting to play with them more than just like, okay, funny line, boom, 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 action sequence, funny line, boom, 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 action. You don't get to really explore those characters, right? That's what the CW has done great with their shows. You really get to know the character, their family, their history, their motivations, their triumphs, their tribulations, the good, the bad. You really flesh that out. If they could do that, but with like movie budget, it's the best of both worlds. And that's what Disney Plus is doing with their shows. And also I think HBO Max is going to be doing with their shows. So like they're doing the Peacemaker spinoff of the Suicide Squad. They're doing the Gotham spinoff of the new Batman movie. And I think that's what they're also trying to do is the same thing Disney Plus is, where you take this movie world, this big budget action movie world, and then you kind of take the smaller characters and flesh them out and do a really interesting story. So I think that I think
this is where
it's going that way.
This is where me and you are going to agree on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about the other day. I believe DC is doing a great job bringing shows to a TV form, but as a big screen movie, they are rushing it way too much. They're trying to catch up with Marvel, with Avengers, and try and play catch up. And you know what? Let's cram all this down their throats. And guess what? You're just wasting goddamn money at this fucking point. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Everybody wants to knock Marvel and say, oh, it's the same formula or this or that. But it's successful for a reason. People are enjoying it. It's the same way, okay, PUBG comes out, Fortnite comes out. They create this battle royale style. And then things like Call of Duty and Apex and all that, they copy them. And it's like, well, of course you're going to copy them because it's successful. People like it. People want it. So of course it's successful, or of course they're going to copy it. Not necessarily that DC needs to copy the Marvel formula, but I really feel like when they set out to make their universe, they were like, well, we don't want to be Marvel. We don't want to copy Marvel. We're going to do something totally different, or ours are going to be super gritty, super dark. And I'm like, fine, okay, that's cool, but that's not really the comic books. Superman is a very cheerful comic book. It's very rarely where it gets deep and dark. Now, you want to do that for Batman, okay. You want to do that for Arrow, okay, cool. But, if you look at things like the Suicide Squad or the Harley Quinn movie, it was supposed to be injected with more fun and more like lightheartedness, and I think it could work. But they tried so hard not to be Marvel that I feel like, it's like seeing the Battle Royale formula work, and instead they're going to copy, I don't know, Mario Kart. You know what I mean? Like they're like something that might have been popular for a while, but it's kind of not that popular right now. And I don't know, bad analogy. But my point being that, yeah, go ahead.
See, with that is, okay, let's use Marvel for a second. Marvel has a formula that works for them, for their characters, for their storyline, for their everything. But DC can use the same formula because their characters are meant always for a younger crowd. Let's use that for example. Like Superman, great example. He was always happy-go-lucky, saving the day, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Flash, another good one example. He was never a dark character, and so on. So you cannot go to the dark side of it. No Star Wars intended, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know what I meant.
Yeah.
But going to that route, it's not going to work. And like one or two characters off my head, like you said, Arrow, Batman, I can't remember, off my head right now, are darker. But Marvel has more darker characters and more realistic characters. I remember watching the interview with Stan Lee. He always said, I don't want to be like my competition, DC, making fake characters, all this stuff. I use like places in New York I used to go to.
Yeah. Yeah, he based a
was
lot of his stuff
forward to that.
off reality. Like Spider-Man had problems paying the rent. You know, the X-Men were outcasts. A metaphor for racial injustice and sexual inequality and things like that. They were supposed to be these outcasts, and so he was using realistic in the sense of like character drama to create these heroes. You know, Iron Man in the comics had a drinking problem. You know, he had real issues on top of all the things that he was great at. So like he really did balance a lot. Whereas Superman's just the greatest guy ever. He's never had an impure thought. He's the most amazing man ever. And it's like, all right, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, connect with a kid like that. Nicholas says, let's make a Hello Kitty or Little Pony movie with the dark formula. Dark Kitty. I like it. A gritty, realistic take. And actually, funny enough, I'm going to talk about a story real soon that's not that far off of that. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that. It's not that far off. That's really happening.
I'll use another character, for example, not even DC or Marvel, Ninja Turtles, for example.
Yeah.
Back in the day where there were comic books,
Hardcore.
They were dark characters.
Super hardcore.
Now, if you watch the 90s cartoon, they were colorful, kiddie-ish, goofy, let's eat pizza and beat up robots.
Yeah. They never use their weapons either. They never use, in the cartoons, if you pay attention, they never use their weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were always...
The only time they used any kind of reference from the original comic book was, I think it was a 2004 reboot. They were, Time Warp or some shit like that. That's the only time you saw them dark ever.
Yeah.
But again, going back to DC, they can't go that far. But again, everybody remembers, including myself, I remember the original Superman movies. Superman was always this guy who never had any problems, not even Acme, and flying around saving the world. And now all of a sudden he's this guy who was dark. Like I was like, what the fuck happened to Superman?
Well, I will say here real quick. I'll say that the speaking of Ninja Turtles, there's a great story they're doing. It's like a one-off series called Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, where it takes place in the future. Okay. Only one turtle has survived. The others were killed. And Splinter was killed, and like it's this whole story. I won't spoil it for anybody because it's in black and white, so you don't really know which turtle is the last one, and he carries all their weapons, so you don't know which. It's part of the story developing is which turtle survived, and kind of what happened. It's this kind of post-apocalyptic style. Very, very, very good story. Amazingly good story. For those that are into that kind of thing. Scott says, Superman and Lois did a good job of humanizing Superman and making him relatable. I have to say, I was the biggest, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing another Superman show. This is going to be so stupid. It's going to be so boring. They're going to try to copy, the CW formula, and it's not going to work for someone like CW. I was wrong. I'm a big enough man to admit it. I was wrong. The Superman and Lois show is actually pretty damn good. It is, they're not retreading the same formula over and over. They're not going, I started out as a baby. Like, there's like a 10-minute, in the first episode, like, let me catch you up. I was a baby. I got here. The farmer thing. I grew up, became the reporter, married Lois. Now here I got twin teenagers. Here we are. And then it goes from there, and I think it's such a great story, really good writing, enough intrigue to keep you hooked. The story, I'm 2 episodes in, and I'm like, okay, I want to see where this goes. I'm actually interested in seeing where Superman and Lois goes. But yeah, I was super surprised that it's better than. It's better than what I thought it was going to be. But here, let me ask you this, Pete.
It goes back.
Go ahead.
It goes back to what I was saying originally. DC is really good at making shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to take anything from it. Movies, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been struggling.
So,
let me ask you this. All right, Pete. Since you're the first call of the night, we've talked about Justice League. What's a topic you want to talk about? What's something that you want to bring to the table? You got a question about? You want to pick my brain? You just want to hear what the audience has to say? Anything? What's the topic on your mind right now?
I'm going to throw a 360 Hellmaker. You cannot even answer it.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
Sure.
Okay. been rumors around for months, and I had this conversation with you over the phone a couple of times about the Power Rangers. This is a good one for you.
Okay.
They're talking about doing a similar, like have the how they have the what's it called, the Marvel doing
the cinematic universe
timeline.
Yeah.
Yes. With I think they were going to call it the Power Grid or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what you know so far, and I have done my research, he can beat CQ on his own game.
No, I've read up a little bit on it. I was a guy that I grew up. I liked the Power Rangers. When I was a kid, I loved the Power Rangers. I go all the way back to the originals. Tommy and Trinity and Kimberly and Jason. The Mighty Morphin. So from what I've read, and I've actually read two different kind of stories about it, but the one that I find the most likely to happen is they're trying to do a reboot that also somehow continues the legacy. So it's basically Power Rangers for a new generation, but without ignoring kind of the original Power Rangers. It's as if you went to the original timeline and then just flash forward, 30 years. So you're going to have some of the older Rangers in there, but also it's almost like a passing of the torch. It's a very popular thing right now. Look at Fuller House. Look at Girl Meets World. I heard they're bringing back Punky Brewster. Like there's all these old shows that we grew up on or people older than us grew up on, and they're trying to bring new life into it. So I think it could work if done correctly. I think Saban, which is who owns the Power Rangers franchise, I think they got bought out by Hasbro. I think it was. Is it Hasbro?
That's correct, actually.
Yeah. So they're gonna have the kind of money that like Transformers has, G.I. Joe has, and we already know that there's a G.I. Joe movie coming out, Snake Eyes. It's already finished filming. That's coming out soon. There's a reported Lady Jane TV show or movie coming out. And obviously Transformers is always, it's somewhere cycling a new reboot, revisit version. But yeah, I mean, it's all the rage to bring back these classic. We got Kong versus Godzilla coming up. Talk about two 80s, 90s properties coming back into the fold. I think if done correctly, could be really cool thing to check out. I would love to see, and it's so funny because we were just talking about making everything a dark, gritty reboot remake. I'd like to see a more, hardcore Power Rangers where I'm
going to cut you off right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, they have a series, a comic book series, and they did a small,
yeah,
I don't want to say cameo more, with Dark Dreg.
Yeah, Dark Draken, wasn't it? Like Dark.
Yes.
Lord Draken. Lord Draken.
Yes. Okay. So there was a small thing on YouTube. David Frank did the whole thing. It's a whole comic book series about him.
Yeah.
He wins. He loses. He wins his powers.
They also made a video game too. They made a video game.
I don't know about a video game, but I know about the comic for sure.
Oh no, I played the video game. It's a real thing. Okay. I played it. The idea is that the original Green Ranger in an alternate timeline actually killed Rita. He took her power, and then he starts jumping to other universes to start killing off the Rangers and absorbing their powers. The video game was called like Battle for the Grid was the name of the video game. But yeah, they did a full kind of mini movie series about it. They've done a comic book series about it. Where this Green Ranger goes evil. He's somewhere between like a green white Ranger, so it's like half Dragon Zord, half Tiger Zord thing, and it was crazy. But yeah, Jason David Frank.
Half of him is Cyborg too.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the series, the comic book. Now, from the rumors I've heard from from my friends and all that stuff, is that David Frank is in talks coming back as the White Ranger, the evil Green Ranger, into a darker side of it. Because again, they want to do something different, but again, new and old at the same time. So that is the talk right now around the Power fans, I call it.
Yeah. Okay.
So keep your ears, eyes, and open because
I will.
what they're working on is big.
I'd be interested.
Keeping it really hush hush.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I mean, it's right now we're in a time where superhero movies are huge, superhero shows are huge, and also things that are nostalgic, rebooted, like all of that is kind of swirling around us now. So what a time for a Power Ranger fan to say, okay, it's a sequel / reboot / superhero movie that could be either TV or movie. Yeah, it's the perfect time. Nicholas says Captain Planet. Oh my God, I remember. Was it Earth, Wind, Fire, Water, Hearts? That was a good.
Here's another one, a darker side of Power Ranger. I don't know if you saw that. I think it was back in, oh my God, 8 years ago. I think it was. They did a darker version again with the original, technically the original cast, but it wasn't. That Jason died. And Kimberly, and it was all the Power Rangers were evil pretty much, except for 1 or 2. Like Tommy was the only one, and towards the end he morphs, of course, and Rita disguises herself as the Pink Ranger, and he disguises her like the morph kind of thing. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know what you're talking about. I think that was a fan-made. Like a darker take on the Power Ranger series. It was, again, post-apocalyptic and after this war, and Tommy was on the run, and all the Rangers had because even like the Black Ranger kind of got celebrity crazy, and like all these, like it was all these kind of tropes for the things. But it was an interesting fan-made movie. Again, I think it paved the way for saying like, hey, we can do a darker, gritty. They're doing a remake of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but they're taking out kind of the comedy side of it and going more the drama route to make it like, okay,
I heard about that.
Yeah, a more realistic, gritty take on it. So there are definitely, there are definitely different, I don't know, styles that you could possibly have in there, and you can do stuff. All right, but hey, I've had you on the line way too long. Thanks for calling in, man. I really appreciate it. It's always great hearing from you, buddy.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, great, man. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Bye.
Anytime. Bye.
All right, guys. So that was Pete, man. Thank you, Pete, for calling in. Phone lines are open. If you guys want to give us your take on things, what you're excited about, what you want to talk about, feel free. The numbers right on the scrolls past eventually. Give us a call and we can talk about it. But continuing what we were talking about, you guys are on it, man. Captain Planet is a big one. Actually, I'm gonna hit a story that we were talking about, like gritty remakes of things. So what perfect time to mention? I have two stories actually. Let's do this. There it is. Talking about remakes, reboots, resequelizations, and reconfigurations, we're getting two different Resident Evil projects coming, okay? One is a Netflix series, one is a movie reboot. I mean, technically they're both reboots, but you have to specify that the movie has no affiliation with the Milla Jovovich series of Resident Evil movies, so it's a complete reboot, and the show will be a complete reboot as well, telling the same basic story, just over long format Netflix kind of series. So specifically speaking of the movie, the Jones Roberts film, Resident Evil, this is kind of your first peek. They released this image. I don't think it's the official poster for the movie, but it's kind of the first peek at like getting a sense visually of what the movie's going to be like. We have an official release date. It is set to be released in theaters September 3rd this year. So just a few months away. I know they've already finished. They've wrapped the movie. It's still not officially titled. I mean, like, it's Resident Evil, but they haven't announced if it's going to be like Resident Evil, this blah, 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 blah. Right now it's just Resident Evil. It promises, the directors promised a more faithful adaptation of the first two Resident Evil games. So Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2, Talking about the Raccoon City outbreak. We're actually in the, if you can believe it, my God, some of you might not even be old enough. We're in the 25th anniversary of the original Resident Evil franchise being born on the Sony PlayStation. I remember playing that game and I was terrified, absolutely terrified. It took me years to complete that game because I was so scared to play it. It was creepy as all hell. I still have nightmares of dogs jumping in through windows, zombie dogs jumping in through windows because of those games. But yes, so that is the film. The Netflix adaptation of it is also on the way. I have less information about that, but should have some more soon. What else? Scott says, speaking of dark, I still want to see a movie that revolves around a dark lord of the Sith rather than the Jedi or Rebellion. Interesting. I'm gonna give that a thought for a second. To answer your second question, Scott, this is a complete reboot that is going to be more faithful to the video game series. So it's a reboot in the sense that it's away from the previous movies, but they wanted it to be way more faithful to, as you can see, there's Chris Redfield and Claire Redfield and Richard Kennedy and all these different characters from the series. So it'll be a much more faithful adaptation of the original two games. Now, I don't know, man. Chat, what say you? Would you be interested in seeing something in the Star Wars canon, the Star Wars universe, but based on one of the Dark Lords of the Sith instead of from the Jedi? So Mandalorian gave us something kind of like that, right? Mandalorian gave us a story that was devoid of any Jedi up until, Ahsoka Tano and Luke Skywalker, spoilers, showed up in the one episode. But really, it was away from any of the Jedi. This was more about the worlds and the people and the bounty hunters and things like that than anything to do with the Jedi Order or anything like that. Very similar to like Rogue One, had very, very, very little to do with Jedis. I'm with it. I'm with it, man. Yeah, yes, Heath. Leon Kennedy is one of them. Richard, I can't remember who the other. It was Richard something. Richard. Crap, I'm gonna forget the name. It was Richard something. Son of a gun. It'll come to me. But yes, Leon Kennedy was one of the characters, not Richard Kennedy. Leon Kennedy. Richard. Damn, I want to say I know it. So sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, I would be a fan. Here's the thing: we've seen the Jedi thing a million times. We've gotten 9 movies about Jedi. I liked Han Solo. I mean, I know it wasn't a great movie, but I liked that it was away from the Jedi stuff. I liked Rogue One. It was different, which they're making a prequel to Rogue One. We're getting, we're getting more shows, The Bad Batch. We're getting, they're doing a bunch more stuff. They're going to do a Ahsoka story, but that's more Jedi stuff. But yeah, I agree with you. I would like to see something more, I feel like in the games, if you played, what was it, the recent Star Wars game, Fallen Order, like you do get a little bit of, I don't know, some of the darker aspects of it and a little more story from the dark side of things. I know it's silly, but the VR game. So Vader Immortal is a VR game, and in it you have a lot more interaction with Darth Vader. You're actually kind of working for him at one point. And so those stories, to me, I find it interesting because you get to see the stuff that you don't see in the movies. You don't get to see his kind of day-to-day or kind of what he's like outside of those small snippets you get of him in the movie. Yeah, so that's that. Wesker. No, I think Robert Wesker. Oh, Albert Wesker? Yeah, that's right. Chris Redfield. No, I know you guys, yes. There's a Chris Redfield, there's a Claire Redfield. You guys are guessing in the comments. No, I know there's a character that's Richard something, and I can't remember what the hell his last name is. Anyway, doesn't matter. In more gritty remake kind of news, here you go. I got some TV for you. This is happening. They are doing a live action Powerpuff Girls, and they have announced the cast. So you got Dove Cameron, Chloe Bennett, and then Yana Perrault are going to be playing Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles. So this is a real thing that's happening. And now the essence of this show, I hate to say it, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm not gonna lie, because the idea is that they're grown up now. They're older than the cute little girls that they were. They're basically adult-ish versions of these characters who are kind of like over the whole superhero thing. So basically, I'm trying to find. I had the synopsis. It follows the titular heroes 2 decades after they were childhood heroes. That we all remember from the animated series. The 3 sisters are now in their 20s, and they don't have fond memories of fighting crime as children. And so now it's up to them to decide whether or not they will reunite to save the world when it needs them the most. So obviously, Dove Cameron starred, I think, in 1 season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. along with Chloe Bennett, who starred the whole series of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then you've got Yana Perrault. So here's interesting. I'll give you the character bios as it's been released. So Chloe Bennett is playing Blossom, and it says, though she was a spunky, consensuous? No. Constant. Man, I can't read that fucking word. Jesus Christ, dictionary. Spunky Little Miss Perfect child who holds several advanced degrees, Blossom repressed her kitty superhero trauma that has her left feeling anxious and reclusive, and somehow she aims to become a leader again, but this time on her own terms. That's her character. That's Blossom. Cameron, who's going to be playing Bubbles. Well, Bubbles' sweet girl disposition won America's heart as when she was a child. She still sparkles as an adult, but her charming exterior belies an unexpected toughness and wit. She's initially more interested in recapturing her fame than she is saving the world, but she might surprise herself. And then Perrault as Buttercup says, Buttercup was the rebellious badass of the Powerpuff Girls, but she's more sensitive than her tough exterior suggests. Buttercup has spent her adulthood trying to shed her Powerpuff Girl identity and live an anonymous life. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think they have writers from like Veronica Mars and Juno that are gonna be in there. I'm curious. I'm curious if the nostalgia for Powerpuff Girls is strong enough to rally a movie, or no, I'm sorry, a TV series. This is gonna be a TV series. A TV series on the CW. On the CW. This series has been ordered to pilot for the CW, meaning they've greenlit it, they've hired the people, they've done the thing, they're shooting it. Now it hasn't been picked up as a series yet. They've only gotten as far as the greenlit to shoot the pilot. So they'll basically shoot the pilot, they'll show it to the executives. If the executives love it or if they think it's something good, they'll basically they'll greenlight the rest of the season and then shoot the rest of it and then release it all together. That's kind of how pilots work. No word yet, Heath, on who is Mojo Jojo. And at this point, would Mojo Jojo be a thing? Because do monkeys live long lives? Chimpanzees? What was he? He was a chimp, right? He was a chimp. Do they live long lives? I don't know. If anything, he might be a super old chimp. But then again, he had a brain, a human brain. So I don't know. I don't know the rules of this universe. Maybe there's a Mojo Jojo. Maybe there's not. The original Powerpuff Girls aired 79 episodes on Cartoon Network from 1998 to 2005. Along with classics like Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Ed and Eddie, and Johnny Bravo. God, man, Johnny Bravo would not be allowed to be on TV today. Whoa, that would not go over well with the cancel culture we got going on today. Scott says he was experimenting today. Maybe he got long life too. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What can I say? I don't know. You could write anything for anything. I mean, that's the whole point. Love to joke that writers, it's whatever the writers want it to be. He could be an immortal monkey for all we know, if they want him to be. They could do it. So yeah, so that is speaking, like we were talking about these, these dark reboots of stuff. So I thought, wow, how funny would it be? Or we're here, we're talking about it, and there's a Powerpuff Girls gritty reboot remake having. I got one more story, and then we'll take it to break. Guys, also do not forget, after the break, we're playing games live with you guys. You want to show your pop culture knowledge? You want to show how smart you are, your trivia knowledge? We're going to be playing Jackbox games. I'll put up a link, or not even a link. All you got to do is go to like jackbox.com/TV. I'll put it up. It's jackboxtv.com, something like that. I'll figure it out. But basically, you'll go to the link. If you have a second screen, you can answer the questions. You can play live with us. And who knows, man? You beat me in a game, maybe you win some prizes. I don't know. Maybe things happen. But one more story before we take it to break. Is there an app? No, man. You just open the web page, and it's like jackbox.tv. I think is what it is. I'll get it. I'll put it up. It's like jackbox.tv, I think. And you just go to that app. I'll give you a code, and then you guys can jump in my lobby, and we'll all play together and have some fun, have some laughs. Okay, another show that I'm super excited about. It's a series that I loved for years. I still love it, but it's been gone for a long time. The highly anticipated The Last Man is coming to TV, to FX. They debuted the logo of the new show, but more importantly, they were doing the sizzle reel of all upcoming shows, because we haven't seen anything about it. We heard about who got casted. We heard about all the stuff, but we haven't seen anything about it officially. They did the sizzle reel, and if you could pause it just the right moment, you got 2 images from Why the Last Man. I'm going to pull them up for you right now. There it is. These were the images that flashed very quickly. They were like a fraction of a second, but I was able to grab the images. But these are 2 images from Why the Last Man. As you can see, it's a bloody mess. The idea, for those that don't know, this is a great comic book series. Much like Walking Dead was a huge series before it became a TV show. This is a long-standing series. The idea is that in this time, in this world, one day, everything with a Y chromosome dies. Animals, humans, everything. Anything with a Y chromosome dies. And so all that's left are women and females and the like. And then, but through this series, we find this man named Yannick, which is funny because he's Y, right? That's inside joke, right? He's Y, the last man. But he's like Yannick, and he's the last man on Earth, apparently, right? As far as we know in the series, he's the last man on Earth. And it's him trying to survive. And you would think, oh, this is great. Last man on Earth, lots of women. But because of circumstances, not everybody, some women form factions where they believe this was God's punishment and that men were not worthy and so they become zealots. And then you have other women that, kind of run things. And there's so much craziness in it. I don't want to spoil it. It's so good. In that shot, that's kind of him. It's classic from the comic book. He would travel cloaked because he didn't want women to see him. He didn't want to be, found out as the last man. Yeah, so Scott, exactly. It's this idea of like, oh, that would be a dream, but it really is a nightmare for him, again, I won't spoil it because the series did end, and it ended in a very certain way. But it's him. He's the last man, and then he has a pet monkey, and the pet monkey was a male. So just the 2 of them. As far as they know, it's just the 2 of them, and everywhere they travel all around the States and go to all these different places. No male has survived, and so it's just a very very interesting take. I think it's gonna be. I really think it's gonna be a hit. If this were like a stock, I would buy all into it. It's where can you stream it? The show is coming out on FX Network. I think it's later this year or early next year. But you can find it in book form. It was written by Brian K. Vaughan, who's a phenomenal writer. But it's a graphic novel series, so you can buy it in the single issues. You can buy it in the collector, novelizations. But yeah, it hasn't come out yet. It'll be coming out soon. As soon as I have a release date, I'll let you guys know. Because it's if it's anything like the books, it is phenomenal. It is going to be a really, really interesting take on kind of the apocalypse scenario, because it has nothing to do with zombies or things like that. This is just men everywhere die, and it's just sudden, and it's, as you can see, there's bodies everywhere. They just drop dead. They don't snap, like blip away like in Avengers. They just drop. They just drop dead. So it'd be very fascinating to see how the show goes, and if it's a hit the way the book was a hit. But all right, guys, we're gonna take a short break, less than 10 minutes, I promise, just so I can get everything set up. And if you guys want to participate, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Jack, let me see. You know what? I'll tell you right now, and I'll also put it into the chats before we go, or when I go on break. It's Jackbox, JACKBOX.TV. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here in the chats. Jackbox.TV. That's where you'll go to participate. I'll put up a code. It's like a 5-digit code that says to basically join my party. And you'll need a second screen so you can watch me, and then also you can watch the second screen acts as your kind of your buzzer and your answer key, so that you can participate in the game as well. That being said, I'm gonna take a short break, and when we get back, playing games with you dear audience. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Shots.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
I stood there in that middle of church with a bottle of gin in my hand. I'm looking up at the rooftop like I'm trying to find my long-lost friend. My days turn to nights, my nights turn to weeks when you're living life on the road. I'm halfway back to New Orleans with a few more drinks to go. I said, tip 'em on back. Well, let's tip 'em on back. It's on my mind, but I finally made it back to Bourbon Street, picking some of them old night bars, hoping I could find myself playing music on my guitar. Boys and kid around, they all shouted out as the drinks began to flow. I pulled out that old guitar, then I showed them how to do-si-do. I said, tip 'em on back. Well, let's tip 'em on back. With a bottle of gin in my hand, looking up at the rooftop like I'm trying to find my long-lost friend. Days turn to nights, but nights turn to weeks when you live a life on the road. Halfway back to New Orleans with a few more drinks to go. I said, tip 'em on back. Well, let's tip 'em on back.
Call the show now at 415-889-8367. The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey guys, we're back. How you guys doing out there? This is hour 2 of episode, what are we at, 48? 48? My God, has it been 48 episodes already? Jesus. Yes, episode 48 of Pop Culture Warrior, MCQ, and I want to play games with you. I know there's a bunch of you out there watching at home. I see about 26 of you live right now. Join me, won't you? I'll pull it up on the screen right now. Let's switch over. Woo! That was loud. Go to Jackbox TV or jackbox.tv on your mobile device to join. Use the code TEBS. I see you, Kaz. I see you out there, buddy. I want you guys to join us. Let's have some fun. Right now it's going to be boring with me cosplay. Cosplay. That's a good thing. Cosplay. We get like one or two more people. We'll start with that and then we'll build up. Timothy Morgan, what's up, buddy? I see you out there, brah. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the love. Join the game, man. Grab yourself a phone, tablet, wife's phone, kid's phone. Hey, we got Pete in the house. What's up, Pete? Join in. Get 1 or 2 more people and we'll get this thing kicking chicken. Looking forward to it, man. Unfortunately, Radar couldn't make it tonight. Scott says he's in the gym, so no second device. Otherwise, I'd join. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for watching, man. Hopefully, we're we're entertaining you a bit while you're at the gym, man. Try to have some fun here. Can't hear me. Can't hear you. Why can't you hear me? I think everybody else can hear me. I hope everybody else can hear me. My little lights are lighting up. Skinny Pete. Alright. Turn up your volume. I don't know. Mad Mike. Mike in the house. Alright, we'll launch it with what we got here, but don't worry, guys. If you didn't make it in, you can always join as an audience member. And then as we go through the rounds, you guys can always join in. So let's start the football, shall we? My device here to answer my questions. We're good.
Schmitty here. My trick knee is acting up again, which means there's a quiplash a brewing. Hey, it's all my favorite people. Oh, I would do anything for you guys, even help you hide a body. I mean, because you do that for me, right? I'm in a little bit of trouble. You know what? Never mind. Let's get started. Time for round 1. You'll get 2 prompts on your device. Just answer them however you want. Your responses, or quips, will be pitted against someone else's, and everyone will vote on their favorite. You score based on the percentage of players who like your answer. Plus, there are winner's bonuses at stake. Go!
All right, answer on your phone. You got some time here. So you want it. Quippy enough. That's a good meaning. It should be quippier. Okay. Hey, I'm locked in. Waiting on Pete, Skinny P, and Kaz. Y'all got 20 seconds. See Kaz locked in.
Hurry up! Use a safety quip if you can't think of anything.
Skinny P's locked in. Here we go. Round 1, boys.
All right, let's get to it.
Gentlemen.
Starting things off, the worst thing to say in a marriage proposal. Okay, vote for your favorite.
All right. My votes. So the worst thing to say in a marriage proposal, Dr. Love, or you want to shack up legally? I'm gonna read this out for those that are listening later on the podcast version. Realize it's a very visual thing. All right. Yeah. We're done.
Coming up next, indoor skydiving makes a lot more sense than indoor blank.
Alright, indoor skydiving makes
Ready,
a lot more
set,
sense
vote.
than indoor, not the same as really thing, pole vaulting. Ooh. Alright. After this one, we'll do a round of percentages of likelihood of failure. That's what I find. Alright. Split.
Up next, a bad excuse for missing your kid's graduation. Time to vote.
Family, I was at the bar, topless bar. Alright. You're gonna win it. The other family.
And next, something enthusiastic you would yell at a Smash Mouth concert. Put in your votes.
Alright. Okay, I gotta vote. Something enthusiastic you would yell at a Smash Mouth concert. Free beer or walk around match. Alright. Split 50-50.
Next one, a terrible name for a street. Get to voting.
Drive or douche lives here road. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting choice. But last try. A terrible name for a street. Oh, split decision. Split decision.
That's round one. Let's see how the scores shook out.
Boy. Ooh, here we go. Kaz, I'm giving you a run for your money, buddy.
Now for round two. Double the points and bonuses, double the excitement.
Okay, make the answers. Okay. Okay. All right. My answers are locked in. He's in there. Hey, Pete, I think you're going to like the next game, too. I think you're going to like the next game, right? It has to do with all that. Essentially, is like, how often do you think, like, how much percentage of Americans take cold showers? More or less than cold showers? Indoors. Time. Bad night. Skinny pea.
Hurry, hit the safety quit button if you can't think of something.
That's okay.
Okay, remember, this is all your fault. Up first, if this player was a Mortal Kombat character,
Oh my
their
God.
special move would be this.
If CQ is a Mortal Kombat. Oh, nice. Pete gets I'm not even gonna.
Next in the hopper, the worst carnival attraction, the blank booth.
The worst carnival attraction.
Vote on your devices.
The Screech booth. And the Sniffing Socks booth. Answers. Sorry, I didn't realize. Sorry about that, guys. The volume was a little too loud. I'm still testing this new tech I got out. Sniffing socks.
Next up, a secret Six Flags ride that only billionaires can go on.
Pedophile lightning. Nice.
Okay, next one. Something you never want to hear a flight attendant say. Vote now.
Oh man, y'all are killing me with these quips. Y'all killing me. Oh, I should vote for one. I know that's you, Kaz. I know that's you. I'm still gonna vote for it. That's funny. That was funny, man. Hate losing the Kaz.
Next, the name of a horse you should never bet on. And vote.
Never won one. Never won one.
And that's all for round 2. Fire up the scoreboard.
Come on. I know Kaz is gonna take it. Oh no! I love it. Yes. Kaz got the number this time.
Round 3 has arrived. The last lash. You're all going to answer the same prompt, so pull out all the stops. Make up the full name for this acronym.
Oh, I got it. Alright, I hope I get this. I feel, the last one I'm always a little like, So for this, we have to come up with a full name for the acronym SSQ. What does SSQ stand for? C. The answers. Okay.
Let's see those quips. In this round, you've got 2 medals to give to your 2 favorite quips. Choose wisely.
Switch question. Someone sent quesadillas. She say quit. Sexy seniors quarterly. I mean, I can't. Alright. Oh, I made my voice. So the options are: suck switch question. Someone send quesadillas. She say quit. Sexy seniors quarterly. Oh, I don't know which way this is gonna go. I don't know. Nervous.
All right, let's see who earned those medals. Show me the silver. And finally, gold. Let's melt those medals down for points.
Is it gonna be enough, Kaz? Is it gonna be enough? That's Sexy Seniors Quarterly, though.
That's all. Now for the final scores.
That would have I think I got it. Yeah! Still got it, baby. Still got it. Yeah, baby. Still got it. All right, we're gonna switch it up. I got a better game. I got a better game here. Let's switch. Switch here. And all right, guys. So hopefully that was fun for you guys. If you want to play, we're gonna play another game here. Let me just boot it up for a second. Go to Jackbox if you want to participate in the fun that we're having. Jackbox.tv. Open a web browser. Jackbox.tv is where you can go. We're going to play some Guespionage. I think you guys are going to get a kick out of this one. This is a fun one. All right, connected to the servers. All right, let me switch over. Here we go.
You know, the camera's picked up something really weird.
Jackbox.tv.
Yeah, it's
if
behind
you
a
go
fast
to
food joint. It's almost some sort of
put in the code
portal.
GDMJ.
Yeah, it's like some sort of swirling.
I'm going to stop you there. Is it possible it's like a dimensional rift?
Maybe.
Like a doorway to another dimension?
I mean, it could be.
I mean, I know
And
it
I'm
seems, very,
gonna do
It seems very unlikely.
like ridiculous.
Kind of dumb.
Like, not even worth talking about.
Yeah, it's probably nothing.
You want to get lunch?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Come on and join. Come on and join. Jackbox.tv. GDMJ.
So I find out my wife is an agent.
And you had
All
no
right.
idea?
No,
Okay.
I was sent to spy on her.
Okay.
And you have
I
kids,
see you there,
right?
Dolphin.
Yeah, turns out
CQ
they're
sucks.
agents.
All right.
Wow.
Well played.
4 incomes.
Well played.
Yeah, that is pretty
I'm
nice.
gonna let that one slide. Let that one slide. Kaz, you owe me a beer. Beat you. I beat you at quips. Beat you at the quips. You always get me, man. You always get me. Got me.
Yeah, so if you could ask her to call me back.
Anybody
in
else
the
wants to
field
join?
office, that'd be great.
2 more minutes.
This is
Anybody
Agent
wants to join?
Thanks. Bye.
Open a web browser. Doesn't matter. Phone, tablet,
Why
web
do you
page,
refer to yourself as
internet,
Agent
computer,
Warren?
laptop,
'Cause it's my name.
whatever.
First name.
Jackbox.tv.
Doing the whole one
Enter the
name thing
code
like Madonna?
I gotta
GDMJ.
go. Lunch plans.
You're meeting
Spots
Ranger
for
Rick
ya.
and Fire Marshal Bill
How do you know Warren's not my first and last name?
because I've known you for 7 years.
I love this.
Have you?
The chatter.
Plates right there on your desk.
Hilarious.
Is it?
You are so annoying.
Am I?
All right. They've had their time. Let's launch this bad boy. Let's have some fun.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Espionage.
Hey, your government here. We have been sorta collecting information about all of you. Now, before you get all angry and call your congressperson, let us make it up to you by turning it all into a game that we call Espionage. Off we go. Okay, who's first?
All right, Kaz, you're first.
Okay, computer, what do you have for this one?
Airline seats.
What percentage of coached flyers think it's rude when people seated in front of them recline their seats? Think carefully. You want to be as close as possible to the actual percentage to get the most points. And if you're in the audience, don't forget to answer the question. Okay, we have a guess.
80%.
Okay, everyone else. Time to guess if the actual percentage is higher or lower.
80% when people sit in front of them, recline their seats.
Just one person says lower. And
gonna
the
take a
correct
chance.
answer is 38%. You need to be within 30% to even get points. All right, who said lower? Ooh,
CQ
points
is
for
on it.
you.
Take that, CQ sucks.
Next up,
I'll see you there.
let's see, what would be good? How about this?
Singing live is the category.
What percentage of people prefer to experience karaoke merely as audience members rather than as singers?
So we'd rather be karaoke members, not karaoke singers. time there, Mr. Sucks.
You're almost out of time. 76%. Everyone else, higher or lower?
I'm gonna say
the vote is lower. Okay,
everybody
let's
says
see
lower.
the right answer.
Kaz, Pete, CQ all say lower, and it is lower. 58%.
I mean, unless Summer Lovin' comes on.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
You got it
Close.
right.
It was
Here's some
58%. So he was 18% off. Not bad.
Okay, who's up next?
All right, Peter.
Ooh, I remember seeing good surveillance for this yesterday.
Mile High is the category.
What percentage of people have joined the Mile High Club by themselves?
Now, how many percentage of people have handled their business in an airplane bathroom? Whoa.
5%.
Going
Everyone else, higher
super
or
low.
lower?
I mean, because you went that low, I've got to say higher. Had you went like 9%, I might have said
and
lower.
Surveil says 3%. 2%
I
off.
thought
That'll
for
get
sure
you
like
some serious
6%,
points.
and it comes up to 2. Well done, Peter.
Let's see who got it right.
And
Here's
CQ
some
Sucks is
points.
the only one that got it right. Well done. Well done.
Who's next?
Good job, Pete. That was... Whew.
I don't know. How about...
All right, so I'm up. And it says farm hands is the category. Farm.
What percentage of people have worked on farms for at least one day?
Percentage of people have worked on farms for at least one day.
23%.
Nothing.
Okay, higher or lower?
I have like no reference for this whatsoever. I'm a city boy. I mean, maybe higher. I mean, most of the country is farmland, right?
Just one of you is saying higher. Now let's get to the right answer.
Is it higher or lower? The 23%? It is higher. 41%.
And no, working at a food co-op in Brooklyn doesn't count.
Alright, it's only off by 18%.
Who got it
Take
right?
that.
Well done. You get
Kaz,
points.
well done. Well done. Kaz, those good questions. Yes, yes they are.
That's it for round one. Let's take a look at the scores.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Not bad, but things are a little different in round two. I'll explain
Oh
as we
man.
go.
Oh man, Peter's gonna run away with this one.
First up.
I still can't believe it was 2%.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Alright, Kaz is up. Search category, rest stops.
What percentage of people have urinated in bottles to avoid stopping during road trips?
Ooh, if it's the military, 89%. Easily 89% if it's military. Now, if you take like truckers and those sorts as well.
Got it. 62%. In round two, you can double down if you think the guess is off by 15% or more. Just pick much higher or much lower. If you're right, you'll earn double the money. If not, you'll get nothing.
Oh man, I don't know.
Everyone says higher except for one of you. Okay, let's see the right answer. 29%.
Oh,
Bit
should've
of
said
advice, do
much
not try
lower.
this with a
That was
lemonade
close
bottle.
enough, though.
I learned that lesson the hard way. Let's see who got it right. Smart, yes. Here's your points.
Actually, the camera over here.
Next up.
Much better.
All right, I have a good one.
Alright, CQ Sucks. Assembly required. Let's see what you got. Clever name, by
What
the way.
percentage of people have, in anger, damaged or destroyed things they were assembling?
What percentage of people have in anger damaged or destroyed things they were assembling? time.
60%. Okay, higher or lower?
I'm gonna take a gamble. Much lower. Trying to get them points.
Time's running out. Higher or lower? Just one person says lower. And Surveil says...
Come on.
No! 57%!
I was right lower.
Ooh, just a few percentage points off.
Damn,
well
good
done.
for you. CQ sucks. 3% off. There's 57% of people.
That answer was closer than 15%. Shouldn't have doubled down.
Shouldn't have doubled down.
Okay, who's up next?
Damn. Thought I had that one.
All right, Surveillance Pro. What
Peter's
do you have
up
for this?
Search category, sexy underwear. All right.
What percentage of people have bought romantic underwear for other people?
King in the chats, I see you. How do you join in? Open a web browser. You need like a second screen so you can watch here and answer on a second screen.
99%.
On the second screen, go to jackbox.tv and then go to jackbox.tv and then enter the code you see at the top left of the screen, GDMJ.
What do you think? Higher or lower?
That is how you can
lower across the board. Okay, right answer is 38%. And what do those of us in the 38% expect in return? A simple thank you instead of a restraining order. Who got it right?
Oof.
Nice job. I've got some points for you. And what have we here? Good job. Double point for saying much lower.
I don't like it. This is my chance, though. This is my chance to
Who's next?
to take the lead here. Good point, Scott. Yeah, I see that. Most women can't pee in boss, so that's half the population. That's a good point.
What percentage of people still have DVD towers in their places of residence?
Oh my goodness. Still have DVD towers. I'm gonna make this tough for you guys.
20%. All right, what do you think?
Actually think I know the answer, and I was purposefully a little deceptive.
Hurry up.
This is higher. Toss is lower.
One lone
Sex
vote
is higher.
And the correct answer is
Come on.
30%. Only 30%? Where do the rest of you keep your extra copies of Waterworld?
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Let's see who got it right.
Got close. It was 30%.
Well
I put
you
in
get
20,
points.
so not bad. I was gonna go 25, and then,
It's time for the final round.
time for the final
Through
round.
totally legal means, we found the most popular answers to this question. What do people identify as their biggest pet peeve? Here are the most popular answers. You have 3 chances to pick the most popular answers on the board. Good luck!
Biggest pet peeve.
And
What
if
do
you're in the
annoy
audience,
people the
your
most?
answers determine who gets points.
No. I didn't mean to actually. I didn't actually mean. I messed that up. I didn't actually mean to select that.
Remember, you can pick 3 answers, not just one.
I screwed up. I accidentally hit one. I was trying to swipe on my screen and actually hit one answer. It doesn't let you uncheck the answer.
Let's see what answers you chose.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Now let's take a look at the results.
Really? Poor grammar and spelling? What? Mouth noises? What?
Who's gonna get the gold star? Who is it, boy? Who is it? It's...
Yeah! What's up, CQ? First place! What up? I'm the champ.
Congratulations! As a
Can't be
bonus prize,
beat.
I'll tell you which presidents were really robots.
Waiting champ. That was fun. I think we're gonna run that back one more time. We'll do one more. We'll do this one more time. Let's see.
3, 2, 1.
Can't.
Well, I was good.
Yep. Sure. Yep. You just want to make sure I can give people a chance to get here. All right. Sorry, I got disconnected. All right. One more time. Jackbox.tv.
I'm at home sick
The
today.
code
Could you log on to my
is
terminal real quick?
IBB.
Sure thing. What's your
Q.
password?
Brian.
Your name is your password?
Well, yeah, but it's spelled B-R-I-O-N.
Are you serious? That can be hacked in 11 nanoseconds.
Uppercase N, and then lowercase e, smiley face, frowny face, laughing out loud face, and registered trademark sign.
That'll work.
All right, Kaz has got to go. One more round.
Hi, Dad.
See if.
Why are my keyboard and desk chair covered
Well.
in bird droppings? Anyone?
Oh yeah, Agent Squawkington was
All
in
right,
today for
we
a
got
Good for him. Doesn't
CQ,
explain why
we
he took a
got
dump on my
Butt Cake,
station.
we got
Don't worry.
Royalty in the house,
Trust me,
we
don't
got Peter,
Easy for you
and
to
we
say.
got
You don't have to sit.
Matter
and talk
Mike.
it.
It's probably because he can't win a game, so that's why he's
I'm
Matter.
sitting.
All right,
Falcon.
I think 5 people's a good number. Let's
Actually,
kick
pretty
this bad boy off. See if anyone can top the number one contender over here, the champ.
Sure, it's your tax dollars. Let's start another game of espionage. Let's start with you. Ooh, the president asked us to look this up yesterday.
All right, Matter Mike. Potatoes, your category. What's the question?
What percentage of people have eaten tater tots in the past month?
What percentage of people eat tater tots in the past month? I would be in it. I actually had tater tots this month. I can honestly say I had tater tots this month.
We have an answer.
And I had a steak too, which
Everyone
was
else, do you think
delicious.
the correct answer is higher or lower?
I'm gonna say lower. What's up, Chris?
Looks like an even split.
How you
Okay,
doing,
right
buddy?
answer is
Thanks for joining us.
37%.
Yeah.
Solidly mediocre.
Get some, baby. Butt cake. Sorry.
Got it right.
Peter. Sorry.
Nice job. I've got some points for you.
But only 37%. And I'm sure like
Next up.
80% of that is kids. Maybe 90.
I'm going to search for...
All right, Peter, you're up. Search category swimming nude. In the nude.
What percentage of people have gone skinny dipping?
What percentage of people have gone skinny dipping? Let's say you, chat. No, a tough one.
Time's a wasting. 12%.
Super low.
What do y'all think? Higher or lower?
I mean, I gotta go higher. Just the odds. Just the odds. I gotta go higher. Oh, what if it's like 9%? Oh, that would be. Oh man.
Just one person says
Royalty's
lower.
bucking the
Okay,
trend. He's trying to
let's see
make
the
up them
right answer.
points. Whoa!
48%. You'd be surprised how useful this information is.
Really?
Let's see who got it right. Nice job.
I
I've
see
got
you,
some points
Leon.
for you.
I've done it.
Who's
All right.
next?
Respect.
We've
Royalty.
got data about everything, even this.
Vending machines. The category is vending machines.
What percentage of people have abused vending machines in order to dislodge purchases they made?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that's not the answer. I'm saying I've done it 100%. I've done it. What you got, Royalty? That slider bar. We're running out of time.
Anytime now. 50%.
Your answer's
Everyone
50%
pick.
then.
Higher or lower?
That's a tough one. Right at 50%.
up.
I think it's
Everyone
higher.
thinks it's
Yeah, I
higher.
think it's higher.
And Surveil says...
Come on. Yeah,
78%.
78%.
Why is it always a bag of Doritos?
Oh my God, 78%. Wow.
Who got it right?
That's
well
a lot.
done. You get points.
That's a lot. I would have said like 60.
Okay,
78.
who's up next?
All right, I'm up.
All right, buckle in. I've got one for you.
Let's go. Teachers. Ugh. Other category.
What percentage of people are Facebook friends with one or more of their old high school teachers?
Oh, man. Oh, no. I don't know.
30%. What do y'all think? Higher or lower?
I never get good questions. Like, I always get tough questions. Heat out the gate says less. Royalty says more.
Running out of time.
Hi, Dad.
One of you thinks it's higher. And Surveil
Royalty
says...
higher. Oh,
56%.
man.
I wish I knew why I think that's creepy.
Wow.
Let's see who got it right. Here's some points.
There's only one teacher I would be friends with on Facebook, but she passed away
Who's
years
next?
ago. She's the only one I would be if I was going to be. She was cool.
I'm pretty sure this is how you develop a fetish.
Plush toys for butt cake. There's
What
a
percentage
sentence
of
I
people
never
have
thought
stuffed
I'd
animals
say.
at home that they've had since childhood?
What percentage of people have stuffed animals at home that they've had since childhood? That's a good question. Don't get cocky there, Royalty.
Time's a wasted. 50%. Okay, higher or lower?
I'm going with lower. Lower than 50.
Just one of you is saying higher. Now let's get to the right
Your
answer.
chance, Peter, to make some points up.
60%.
60%?
Nice.
No
That'll help
way.
your score.
That's no.
Who got it right?
No,
Here's some
I
points.
don't accept this. Void. Asterisk on the whole game.
Let's see
No
where
way.
things stand after round one.
No way. Who are they
Time
getting
for round
to
two.
these answers? It's ridiculous. I don't accept
Who's
it.
up first? I'll bet our database has some juicy data for this.
Kittens versus puppies. Matt or Mike? Kittens versus puppies. That's your category.
What percentage of people find kittens cuter than puppies?
Kittens cuter than puppies. I would literally say that's a 50-50. Oh, he's going high. He's going 75.
We have an answer. 75%. Everyone else, now it's your turn. Do you think the correct answer is higher or lower?
Oh, man. I'm going to say lower than 75, but I don't think
Only
it's
one of you thinks
much
it's higher.
lower.
And the correct answer is...
Oh, it could have
42%.
been much lower.
You weren't within 30%, so no points for
Damn.
you.
All right.
Let's see who got it right.
The people that said
Smart.
much
Yes.
lower.
Here's your
Oh,
points.
no. They're going to get bonus points. Oh, no.
Next up.
I think I've just dropped to like third place. Damn.
Oh, here's one we've been especially interested in. Don't ask why.
All right. I can make it up. I have to start making some difficult choices.
What percentage of people do not label their moving boxes?
Good question. I'm one of the weirdos that like I'm anal about like I gotta. Hey, what's up, Rajab?
You're almost out of time.
I'm anal about marking the
80%.
boxes.
Okay, higher or lower?
Damn, that's a good. Do not not label their moving boxes.
Everyone is saying lower. Okay, let's see the
I
right
think that's
answer.
I think that's a good spot, actually. I think it'd be like 70. What?
21%. So how did the movers know which ones to dropkick?
You're telling me
You got it right.
21% of people
points for you.
don't label it, meaning almost 80% of people label their boxes?
Okay, who's
I don't
up
believe
next?
that. I don't believe 80% of people label their boxes.
I'll bet our database has some juicy data.
I don't
for
believe
this.
that. I don't believe it.
What percentage of people find chimpanzees on roller skates funnier than chimpanzees smoking cigars?
Oh, wow. It's swinging all over the place.
88%. All right, what do you think?
I lock it in, man. I think it's lower. I don't think it's much lower than 88%. I think it's gonna be like 86, 84.
Running out of time.
Cake says lower. Matter Mike.
People are thinking it's lower. And the correct answer is
79.
79%.
Oh, it was close.
I find it funniest when chimpanzees try and
That
fill
was,
out their
hey, good.
W2
And
forms.
Royalty's gonna take this one. He's taking the cake on this one. You're gonna win this one, man.
Let's
Oh,
see who got it right. Well
we're
done.
gonna
You
get
get
the end of
points.
this.
Who's next?
All right.
Ooh, the president
I need
asked
to,
us to
like,
look this up yesterday.
Perfectly land on this one. Prize is my category.
What percentage of people have successfully retrieved prizes from one of those claw machines?
Let's
78%. Everyone else,
I'm
higher or lower?
confident in that answer. I'm confident. I might be a percentage or two off. It might be a percentage or two higher or lower. Rosie says way lower. Batter Mike says way lower. Nah, I'm
Hurry up.
confident. Like 76%. I think Peter's
One
gonna
of
have
you
the right
thinks
answer.
it's higher. And Surveil says
Come on.
69%.
Ooh, close.
Yeah, a tiny
69.
stuffed bear is always worth the $20.
It's close. I was close. I was thinking 76, but 69. Close. I was 9% off.
Got it
I'll
right.
take that.
Well
I'll take
done.
that.
You get points.
I'll take that. Good job, Pete. Good job.
Okay, who's up next?
Looks like What Cake is going to win this one.
I'm going to search for...
What was that, Royalty? I can't hear you with that incorrect answer. That horribly incorrect
What percentage
answer.
of people have knitted something?
What percentage of people have did it something? Ew. What's the percentage of grandmas in the world? 2, 3? Buckcake's gotta make a choice. Hey, Buckcake's gonna win this game, and he's barely participating.
60%. Everyone else, higher or lower?
I'm going for the kill shot here. I need points. I need points bad.
Everyone is saying lower, and Surveil says
Come on.
25%.
Much lower.
I've seen worse guesses.
Yes. I
Let's
needed
see
that.
who got it right. Nice job. I've got some points for you.
That pushed me to the edge. Oh, that puts me at the top of the leaderboard with the final
hundreds
round.
of subjects and found the most popular answers to this question.
Okay.
What currently popular recording artists do people think will be just as popular in 10 years? Let's take a look at the board.
When was this question made?
You'll need to pick the 3 most popular answers to get points. Ready, go! all three of them.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, let's see
I feel
what
like
everyone
somebody's
picked.
gonna pick none.
Okay, computer, show us the most popular answers.
Okay. Adele, really? Adele.
Who's my hero? Who's my hero?
I guess pick top 3 answers in final round.
Hi, Deb.
Oh, butt cake! By picking Adele, by being the only one to pick Adele, butt cake takes the cake. Oh man! Well done, butt cake. You bested me. Adele. What? Should have picked Adele. All right, guys. That was a lot of fun. Let's switch this out here. Hey, it was jarring. Thanks for playing with me, guys. That was a hell of a lot of fun. The king was dethroned. Yes. I came in second that last round. Damn it. So close. Well done to butt cake. I see the comment. As long as CQ loses, everybody wins. All right. Who's your daddy? Okay. Calm down now. Calm down. 2 out of 3. I take the crown. Just saying, right? Best of 3 series. We'll play again. I think once a month we're gonna play this. Yeah, I'll put my championship belt on the line. 2 out of 3, I'll take it. But guys, this was a whole lot of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for playing. As always, I am CQ. This is Pop Culture Warrior. If you're new, WTF Nation Radio is the voice of U.S. Army WTF moments. We have shows Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Monday, you get the Monday edition. Tuesdays, Pop Culture Warrior. Thursdays, Sergeant's Time. And Fridays is Friday Night Freedom with Kaz. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for participating. You guys can find me on Pop Culture Warriors Facebook page. Indulge, get in on the chat, find out what's happening. I like to post things that are happening in the world of pop culture. Post your questions, post your fan theories, post your things. This week we've got Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I wanted to clarify because a lot of people were getting this wrong. Officially, it launches Thursday, March 18th. What that means, Wednesday night at midnight is when it will be available. Now, my guesses are don't stay up late because they're going to crash the servers as they always do. Which is, that would be 3 a.m. Eastern, Thursday morning, 3 a.m. Eastern is when the Justice League Snyder cut will hit the airwaves. So unless you're planning on staying up to 3 a.m. and then watching the 4-hour cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League, just watch it Thursday. That's what I'm gonna do. But please let me know your thoughts. Let me put it into the Pop Culture Warrior page, or tweet me at WTF_CQ or on Instagram. I mean, I'm everywhere. But I want to hear your thoughts. What about the Justice League? If you're gonna watch the Justice movie, what are your thoughts on it? And also Friday, we get the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So if you check that out, let me know what your thoughts are. I'll definitely see you guys on Tuesday. We're going to talk all about it. I'm sure the whole first hour is going to be just me rambling on about the Justice League movie and or Winter Soldier and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So thank you guys for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. Scott, I see you. King, I see you. Mike, Leon, you guys are awesome. Your biggest supporters, man. Really appreciate you guys for checking out the show. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week, man. Stay good. Peace. Shots.
You